Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Buff Yourself presents Lords of Sin. I believe this is episode 7 of our story. And I am joined here, as always, by 6 incredible individuals, storytellers, performers, players, and people I am fortunate enough to call friends. We have Jaeger being played by Aaron.
What's up?
Kalista being played by Matty.
Hello, I'm dead currently.
The character, that's probably obvious. I don't need to clarify that. You're looking at her. Why would I need to clarify that? Lorwryn is played by Mallow.
You don't have to clarify that. People like myself, I've been dead inside since like age 5.
I, too, am strange and unusual. Korrin is played by Mav.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
I always suspected. Valkerie, played by Danny.
Hello.
And Shin is played by Cory.
I'm a terribly written OC.
That got me. And
fucking Wattpad character.
And I, as always, am Ethan. I will be your GM through this very dark story. So that brings me to the content warning. This is a very dark 18+ story. Please check the description for more specific content warnings, but yeah, it's not a happy place. So with that out of the way, I think we can go ahead and run that intro and then get into episode 7 of Lords of Sin.
Ivor is burning, and you've got front row seats.
We have provided you with the signs and portents for you to prepare for our coming.
Devil, not demon. Devils are worse.
If I die today, I die well next to you.
If you can be made, then you can be unmade.
Zariel has a bit of a temper.
I will destroy you.
Devils have knocked at our door. It is time we knock back.
We don't die today.
Wrath is the whetstone that sharpens the blade of your purpose to a razor's edge. I claim what was the Moon Maiden's as mine now. Ah, mortals! Desperate, loud, flailing. You care for this one, don't you? There is not one of you too pure to fall. Oh, you are brave. They all were. Your end comes in 7 days. Truly, your only hope of survival is servitude. Perhaps you'll find shelter beneath the boot of your chosen master. Kneel. Serve. And find sanctuary.
You will weep for what you have sown. My one final gift to you. Zariel's words still hang in the air. And there's a gentle snowfall of ash. Slick smears and puddles of blood. Bodies, large and small, young and old, fill this square here in the center of Highgale. And that includes the cooling bodies of Kalista and Korrin. The soldiers of Avernus are gone, but in their wake, Highgale burns. Zariel has just fallen moments ago. The burning crown from her head and her sword clattering to the ground as she disappears from the material. What are you all doing?
Rushing over. Inspecting the status of our two fallen.
They, no medicine check necessary, are both dead, but, again, just as a reminder, since it's been 2 weeks for us in reality and 20 seconds for you in game, they both did die within the last minute. So that does mean Revivify is on the table. Mav.
When Korrin fell, she was still big. So she did fall into the house that was right by her. So you do kind of see her body collapsed into it like she would. It looks like she would be in a very comfortable chair, but it's not until you see her, the white of her eyes and her jaw kind of locked up to where you see her body start to shrink to go back to normal size.
I'm gonna shout to the other ones, who has a potion? Who has it?
What do you need a potion?
To bring them back.
That's not how this works. And
You will need one of these, and he'll pull out a diamond. But there is but one.
And like, Shin looks at Jaeger. I do not envy the choice you must make. Though for you, it probably is not a choice at all. And he walks over to Korrin and like puts his hand on as Korrin is shrinking down. I wish there was more I could do for you. And Shin looks back at the group and shakes his head and then proceeds to walk into town and start dragon breathing cold into burning buildings. He's going to start assisting the town. I will respect whatever you choose to do, Jaeger. And leaves.
Make your choice fast. They don't have much time.
He looks back and forth between the two.
As you are standing here in this moment that stretches on, there is a clap of thunder, which, for the last hour or more, when you've heard that, it's been from those orange streaks of lightning in the sky. But now, a gentle rain begins to fall and grows more and more intense, drowning out the ashfall and starting to put out the fires that are around.
Jaeger's gonna go over to Kalista, kneel down, and scoop her up in his arms. And then he'll turn to Valkerie. Would you be able to assist? And he'll hold out the diamond. I need it right above her forehead.
I'm gonna take it from him and hold it where he kind of positions it above her forehead.
And then from one of his pauldrons, the cloth that holds one of the oaths starts to slowly burn away. And the dust from it disappearing floats over above Kalista and so slowly lands on her body. And the diamond will shatter. And he will cast Revivify.
As the diamond shatters and the tatters of this cloth that contained this oath dissipates over Kalista. Kalista, what were you seeing in this moment, in this stretch of time where your soul has not fully departed this realm, but it has also left your body? What were you seeing and experiencing?
She was watching her sister. Not in a current time. It started out with her seeking her sister the second her soul left her body, trying desperately to dig through the rubble with no hands and no corporeal body, before she started to drift. And those memories of her sister started to come up when they were children, when they were little and they were running through a field of grass and flowers, when her sister had tripped and cut her knee, and Kalista stood there and watched her cry. These moments that she thought she forgot. And as she's slowly dragged back, she screams. She begs to go back, to come back, but as she is dragged back to her body, those moments fade into darkness, cut apart, replaced by blood and ash and bone, before she wakes in Jaeger's arms.
And at the same time as Kalista is experiencing this, those of you hear as the oath dissipates over Kalista, Saren's voice, "Kalista!" As she comes running, stumbling, falling, bloody, some of it very clearly her own, and she is about 60% coated in blood. She is limping as she runs towards where Jaeger has Kalista in his arms at this moment. And as the diamond shatters, Kalista, you return to your body. I do want to ask, for something to have killed you, that would leave a scar, or at least at the moment a wound that will become a scar. What is that wound on Kalista?
So the robe she's wearing is very low cut. It's her battle robe, so it shows off a lot of the markings that have all faded now to almost appear like white scars. And in the center of her chest, about 8 to 10 inches long and shaped as if a stab wound from a massive sword, sits in the center of her chest, a matching wound on her back, from where she was skewered from.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
If by as
skewered.
if from a massive sword, you mean from a massive
Literally
sword,
by a
then
massive
yes. Sorry, not laughing at your mortal injury.
No, you'd never do that.
You gasp back to life. Rain falling on your face. And
Jaeger, what did you do? saw Korrin. What did you do, Jaeger? Put me down.
Get Valkerie, like, almost confused, and put her down hastily and take a step back.
She will try to stand, almost definitely fall to her knees again, and she's going to desperately search for Korrin. Because although her memories were mostly of her sister, while she was down there, she distinctly remembers Korrin's voice. She may have been dead before Korrin died, but she knows when Korrin joined her down there.
You go frantically running, searching, brushing Saren off as she runs towards you. And in a nearby building, by herself, you find Korrin.
Jaeger. Bring her back. What are you doing standing there? Bring her back.
The lady you know. We had but one chance.
No, don't tell me you... She has a family, Jaeger. She has someone that loves her. Why?
His head'll go down and doesn't look at her.
I thought
you see Valkerie looking at your sister. Like, when you're saying all this, I'm looking at your sister, Saren.
Saren has run after Kalista, but is not intervening in this moment, is just in shock, wounded, and watching all this unfold.
Jaeger.
Many with families have lost today. I'm sorry.
Lorwryn, and this is a great opportunity to ask you to remind us what you currently look like.
A gigantic half spider, half woman.
Fuck yeah.
And she will quietly, as she can, come into the scene and just look at Jaeger and everyone and quietly ask, "Where is the crown's coffers?"
There's no way we can get there and back within a minute. Within half a minute. It's too late.
She looks over at Shin. Perhaps there is one we could send.
They sit at the top of the tower. Even he can't get there that fast.
And at this point, with all this movement and conversation, she's gone. At least slightly more temporarily. You all do know, as, well, most of you are very experienced individuals. One of you just has a lot of innate knowledge built into him. There are absolutely ways to return a soul to a body after it's been longer than a minute. But they can be more difficult. There are a lot of factors that impact it. And Saren, who has been watching all of this and listening to Kalista, approaches her sister. "Kalista, there may still be a way to bring her back. How did she die? What killed her?
I don't know. I was already gone.
Turns to look at anyone else who is nearby. Lorwryn, Valkerie, Jaeger.
He casts a powerful word in her direction.
The strike was dealt by Zariel herself. I will have to do some research on exactly what that will mean. But there are still ways. Do not give up hope. And she starts to cry and looks at you. You were dead. You saved so many people. We can still bring her back.
Saren. Why didn't you leave? You almost died. You almost died half a dozen times, and the only thing I could do was give up my own body to protect you, Sarah.
I'm sorry. I was scared to leave you. I'm sorry.
When we were kids, Saren, I would tell you to run to protect you. I didn't do it to be mean. I didn't do it because I didn't want you around. I did it to protect you, and that's all I wanted to do. That's all I want to do. You are my heart, Saren, and to lose you will cost me everything. Why did you stay?
For the same reason that you wanted me to leave. If I lost you, and she wipes tears from her face. I'm going to go start researching wherever I can.
Don't. Stay with me a little longer.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Hold on. And she runs back to where the other clerics and priests are and does a quick debrief with them and comes running back to you and just stops next to you, looks down at your hand, and then interlaces her fingers with yours.
And Kalista's just gonna fall to her knees next to Korrin, holding her hand with her free hand, and just stay like that in the rain for a long moment.
I know what Shin is doing. Valkerie, Lorwryn, Jaeger, would the three of you just be staying with Kalista and Saren through this moment? Or is there anything else right now you would want to do? Jaeger?
Jaeger is going to head over to where Zariel's body disappeared
She dropped
and
two
look for
things.
stuff.
Her blade, which no longer ripples with quite the same fiery intensity, but does still glow a dim, fiery orange. Jagged edges towards the crossguard, mostly ornamental, but an incredible looking blade. And her crown, when it fell, lost a lot of the otherworldly appearance of it. And as the fire burned away, what remains is a circlet that just has these barely noticeable molten veins that you can see if you look at the right angle.
He'll pick them both up, and if Valkerie and Lorwryn are nearby, he'll probably offer them up. He doesn't know what to do with them right now.
I'm gonna, because I was up already kind of like looking around trying to see if anyone could help pick up Korrin. Obviously not yet, but you know, I know that we're gonna have to move her to try to save her. And so I'm up as well, and I see Jaeger going over there, and so I kind of, you know, follow as well once I see that there is something besides just, you know, ash over there.
Got it.
I'm gonna, if he holds out the blade, I'm just gonna take it and kind of look at it and try to see if I can use any kind of arcane check on it to see what it is exactly.
If you spent an hour studying this thing, you could, without using Identify, discern its magical properties. You have a lot of experience. You've studied a lot. Your mentor, Rangal, made sure of that. So, given enough time, you could certainly find it out. But if you wanted to know immediately, that would take an Identify spell or scroll.
I'm gonna study it for an hour unless anyone else offers up wanting to cast anything.
It is a longsword. It is for the blade of Zariel. In a lot of ways, it's not as ornamental as you might have expected. The handguard is more brutalist and utilitarian than decorative. And you can, again, like I said, see that it does give off a faint orange glow, a dim light for about 5 feet.
Mm-hmm. But I don't take the crown. I'm just kind of looking at the blade, kind of almost entranced by the fact that she's dead and that I'm holding her blade.
Yeah, that is pretty incredible. You all killed, it seems, the Archduchess of Avernus, Zariel, Lord of the Sin of Wrath, dead at your hands. Pretty friggin' incredible.
Lorwryn's going to take this time to exhale, and as she does, she will begin to morph back into her drow form.
I have a question about that process. Do you imagine that is a smooth process, or is that a less pleasant process?
It hurts. It hurt to do it. It hurts to go back to it. Lolth can be amazing, but she also likes pain and punishment.
Yeah. So given that, it's... One thing that I will say, you have enough experience with the arcane and enough experience with Lolth to know that this hurts more than it needs to.
Yes. Still, though, it is one of those things where it takes some time, which is why there's so much exhaustion out of it.
Oh yeah.
And she may even go behind a building and try to not freak everybody else out when she screams in the transformation back and things like that too.
Oh, I love that. So as this is all happening, Lorwryn, you walk off behind, or putting a building between you and others as you start to painfully shrink back down into your normal self. And as you return to your normal form, how do you look?
Exhausted. Ragged, still beaten up because there wasn't a lot of life left in her to begin with, even transforming. When she kind of just steadies herself on the side of a building, just kind of doing one of those, sort of leans and things like that. But when she looks up to the sky, is one light missing?
Yes. I'm going to be honest, I had not even necessarily thought of that. And yes, absolutely it is. Of course it is.
I was just going to ask if you had even thought of that with your yes. Totally.
No, that just makes absolute sense. This is the fun of DMing. You all create the world.
It's the fun of DMing.
Yes, one of those stars is missing. And Cory, because I think I know what you want to do.
Oh, you do?
I
hope it's none.
I could be wrong, but go ahead.
You shrink down and you look haggard and you're looking up to the sky. Your lady exacts a heavy toll. More pain than is necessary. Am I correct?
Indeed.
What is your angle here? Why are you helping the mortals, the overlands? Loth does not concern herself with the above ground unless it's for conquering. Why is a high priestess of Loth one so capable that she can affect her entire visage? You were no drider of any ilk I've ever seen. Why are you here?
I was cast out once as well. I know what it is like to be rebuffed from the people we love the most. Perhaps I will get in good favor with her again.
I do not believe you. How are you able to channel that kind of power and be out of her favor?
Because if they conquer this world, how many more will they conquer? How many more planes will they go to? You speak as though you have maybe even met me in another life.
I've met many of your kind, even romantically. That was a lifetime, several lifetimes ago, and I regret it. And I know what your god is capable of. I know what your god is like. And I do not trust you. I do not understand why you are here, why you would help mortals, because no servant of Loth has ever done anything for the surface world. She wants nothing but destruction, lies. I will be watching you. But for now, An enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That will have to be enough.
And like Shin slightly bows, looks at the state of her, and not knowing where it came from, sets a cup of tea on a destroyed windowsill. This will help with the weariness. It should rejuvenate you enough to walk. And like turns around and just walks away with sort of like, you can tell there's tension in his body, but he's trying to feign peace.
On that note, I have a question, and this is both for Kalista and Shin, actually. In these moments, these scenes, would you say that you were feeling angry at any point?
Shin was.
Kallista's definitely angry.
Could both of you make me charisma saving throws, please?
I gotta quickly get my D&D beyond.
DC 22.
Also, how much health does
Ooh.
Revivify give me?
1.
Oh.
Okay, great. You said charisma saving throw?
Yes, please.
Ooh.
I can't possibly get
Oh. Well, nat 20, I will say, will
Okay.
save you.
Thanks. Love
5%
that.
chance.
I got a 19, guys.
Oh.
You got any more luck points? Any more of them luck points?
No, I used my luck.
You gotta hit that luck, boys. So with a 12 and a 19, Shin, as you depart this, and Kalista, as Saren returned and held your hand, both of you felt all of the anger inside you flood away. Every ounce of it gone. Kalista?
The anger flows from her. She's going to just sag. Her shoulders are going to slump forward. And she would never admit it. But she was driven by her anger for the last 200 years, sitting on this seat, dealing with people. And that stoic expression, that face that she always pins on, falls to sobs. And she just looks almost like a child as she curls in on herself, holding her sister's hand to her chest, and just cries.
Saren starts to cry as well. Here in this moment as the rain falls. Valkerie. Just hadn't heard from you in a little bit. Just wanted to see if there was anything that you wanted to be doing in this moment. You don't have to.
No, I'm just watching
Okay.
at this point, seeing them.
Okay. I just wanted to check in. Jaeger.
Jaeger's gonna watch them both cry from a distance. And as he looks at them and takes in the scene and then looks down at the crown in his hand, he is going to squeeze it as hard as he can and grab each side of it, about to try and rip it in half. But then looks over at Korrin's body and will go lax a little bit and exhale and put the crown on his arm and take up his shield so that the crown cannot be removed. and go over to Korrin's body.
When you say so the crown cannot be removed, do you mean as in
So it's like
equipping
it's
it?
like watch. No.
Because that sounds
He
like
just puts
not being able to be removed is equipping.
I mean, it's
I'm
up
just-
to you.
No, I mean,
But it's like
if you
crown.
mean like you are permanently affixing it to yourself, then that is equipped. If you just mean like you're carrying
no.
it.
More carrying.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because you don't have
I'm not-
bags.
Putting it into my-
That's fair. You
my
don't carry
body.
around bags, so you just
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
store it somewhere. That's fair. Okay.
Put it on your
I
head.
just had to ask because these are.
He's trying to trap you.
No,
that sounds like
I
entrapment.
mean, these are questions that are important when you're dealing with artifacts.
True.
I don't even think that was Danny. I think that was straight up Valk right there. Put it on your head!
Put on!
Jaeger needs an adult.
Flip.
That's the whole reason brought Kalista back. I needed an adult. All right.
He will hold it, not affix. And he'll go over to Korrin's body and inspect. If her eyes are open, he'll close them. And then he'll scoop her up and start slowly marching towards the tower. But he's not going to look at Kalista as he walks by.
Anyone else in this moment before we leave this exact scene behind? Then as we fade from this moment, I want to ask you all, where does Saren find you all when she has... Oh, I'm sorry. Where does the priestess of Saloon find you all and potentially Saren when she has completed doing her research about the potential of a resurrection? Shin?
How long does it take?
It will take about 3 hours. So where would you all
An
be
hour
about?
Hour short of a long rest. For me.
Oh, you can do the 4-hour one?
Yeah. Isn't trancing.
I didn't
like
even
a
do
thing?
that intentionally. Yeah, 3 hours, 59 minutes. No. Wake up. No, I was so close. But yeah, about 3 hours. Because it normally wouldn't take that long. But getting through Highgale, and as you all leave the square, and get to assess the damage a little bit more actively instead of reactively, like you were having to when you were running through it. Being able to actually take it all in. Highgale. Where is my math that I did? Highgale, within its walls, has about somewhere around 30,000 total structures. As you walk through town, through the city, it becomes clear that the Hellfire engines that you all dealt with were absolutely not the only ones. Entire clusters of buildings leveled or partially blown apart. Small fires still burning here or there. In total, about 600 buildings in Highgale entirely destroyed, with another 11,000 or so in some state of disrepair, from severe to, just big holes in the ceiling. And there are a lot of bodies in the streets. And as you walk through, there are countless vignettes and scenes of people weeping over bodies, some in just absolute sorrow, while others in disgust and guilt. Some with blood on their hands from trying to wake their fallen loved one. Others with blood on theirs for striking down their loved one. And it's everywhere. If the casualties here where you walk through are any indication, Kalista and Lorwryn, you are both brilliant with figures, with insanely high intelligences. Just doing some quick estimations, anywhere from 15 to 20% of the population of Highgale, if it is like this everywhere, is now dead. Kalista?
I think after Jaeger left, and Kalista watched him go, she would have sent her sister to help the priestess. Taken a solid minute to scream until there was no air left in her lungs before standing and making her way towards the tower as well.
Your scream joins a small chorus from all across Highgale. And so, I would say then, would you all agree that when Saren is completed with the research, would likely find you all in the Queenspire? Is that where you all would be heading? Or Tower of Bells, where I just heard Tower. We have two specific ones, and there are a lot of others here.
I was thinking more along the lines of Kallista's dorm. Kallista's rooms.
Okay. Shin?
Shin is at the base of that tower, not in the room with them. He's at the base of the tower, and he has he's helping saloon priestesses and other people, making like a triage that is just around the tower, and is very quick, running himself into exhaustion, bandaging people, because I do have a +3 to medical, because it is a tragic and brutal scene as you start to lend your medical aid to those injured and not dead, which is a huge number of people. And we will jump back to that when we confirm exactly which tower you all are going to, so that I know which one to describe. Which tower would Kalista was thinking her dorms. Keep in mind, your dorms are really high up in the spire of the Weaveminders. But anyone else, where y'all thinking you would be going?
That sounds correct to me.
Okay.
I would be following, because I don't know Highgale like they do.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I'm an outsider and untrusted, so I guess I will.
In that case.
Yeah.
We see Shin and a number of priests and priestesses and clerics and just bakers and masons and soldiers all at work here in this triage unit. And the injuries are obviously awful. The wailing, the crying, so much blood. But they all have this hollow look in their eyes. Every last one of them. And that's the part that eats away at you the most, I think, Shin. And as you are down here, we also see up in Kallista's chambers where Korrin has been deposited and laid gently upon the bed in here, I would assume. Yeah, she is, as a big girl, even while not transformed, she probably does sink that bed a little bit more than Kalista does.
Extra
willowy compared to Dragonborn muscle mommy. But we see as Saren has returned to you all in here. We have managed to collect some writings. A lot of the tomes were damaged and burned, but luckily the section that we needed was mostly unharmed. According to what we found, and exchanges glances with the other priestess of Saloon who she had tasked with researching it. If one of the lords of one of the archdevils takes your life, your soul is sent to the circle of hell from which they hail, which, in the case of Sariel, would be Avernus. It is still possible to retrieve a soul from one of the circles of hell, but the hells, they do not let go of what they have lightly.
Speak plainly, Saren. Please.
Saren licks her lips, trying to get the words out, and the priestess next to her. It would take 7 lives. 7 for 1. The devils do not play fair, but they keep their bargains. I believe it should work.
You're saying we have to kill 7 people? We have to send 7 other souls to hell? 7 innocents? Even if they're not innocent, 7 other souls to be tortured for eternity? And you're saying that's a good idea?
I don't know if it is. I just know it should be possible.
Well, what are the facts here? Is it 7 humans? 7 dragonborns? 7 cats? What are we counting here as their souls?
For typically a like for a like. Avernus, I don't think, has too much interest in the souls of cats. But, a species need not matter so long as it has a soul that the hells consider worthy. And the words die on her lips, knowing the magnitude of what she just presented to you, and she gives a nod to the other priestess, who gives a bow and exits from this chamber, which the windows in here, 90% shattered, just a few panes of glass still hang on. Your room is a mess from the wind and from the force of the explosion, but most of it is still intact.
Kalista entered the room with Korrin and Jaeger and everyone except for Shin. She moved about it as if it hadn't changed, as if her slippers were not crunching on broken glass, as if her cupboard's door was not ripped off as she changed and cleaned her face and fixed herself. And now she stands in front of one of the last intact windows, refusing to look at anyone at this point.
Staring out over Highgale, smoke still rising from so many fires. Should I prepare the ritual?
Do you have 7 people willing to give up their souls to Avernus right now, Theron? Is that what you're saying?
I think that it would be possible. Yes, I think so.
Shin. Do you know where Shin is, Theron?
I saw him. They've set up a makeshift hospital outside of the tower. I saw him down there.
Kalista's going to step out of one of the broken windows and cast Fly on herself. And she's going to find Shin.
Doesn't take you long. And as Kalista flies out of the room, Lorwryn, Valkerie, Jaeger.
Lorwryn will be down. She also has medicine, so she's probably more likely to be with Shin.
Okay.
Helping.
100%.
Than up there, because that is a world she does not understand.
Absolutely. Makes sense to me. So I would love to have a little scene with the two of you. Oh, Cory?
Oh, yeah, I can include what I want to do with what you're wanting.
Sure, yeah.
So just let me know what you're wanting.
I was just going to, I mean, especially after your recent, not quite confrontation, but I guess confrontation that you've had as the two of you are down here working together towards the same goal of healing.
Oh, then you had the same,
for the injured. What do we see from the two of you?
You had the same idea that I had. We're on the same page. All right, awesome.
I got you.
And Shin is... So before Kalista shows up, so this is happening while they're having the original conversation. Shin is like, he's standing over a body. He's doing his best to try to get... Like, it's a losing... He's fighting a losing battle. And then he looks at this poor soul as they pass on, blood on his hands, and he looks over at Lorwryn, and he just, utter confusion. Never seen a drow like him, or like her before. And he kind of goes to a person next to where she is. If you'd have told me 20 years ago, 100 years ago, any amount of time, that I would be sitting next to a drow, a high priestess of Loth, saving lives of abovelanders in all my travels across the universe, that would have been hard to believe. But here you are. A peculiarity I've never seen, of all the peculiarities I've ever seen in my life.
We are not all of the stories that you've heard. I ran into many of my kind just trying to make it to the Queen's Council. There were all manner of people here who lost their life because the gods just decide they don't care anymore. And who is it for them to decide? Surely not them. I have learned over many a millennia, maybe you have as well, that the only people that we can rely on are those we see in front of us.
There is wisdom in what you say. A deep wisdom. A universal one. You're right. Gods are just entities like we are, just with a lot more power. Undeserved most of the time. And continues to try to save this life. I do not know why you are here, or what your aims are. But I cannot ignore someone helping others. So I must own. And then, this person expires under his hands too. And I assume at that moment,
Kalista just...
You're
muted, buddy.
Sorry, that was from the cats. Kalista just lightly drops down right in front of you, and people are so shell-shocked, so drained, that no one pays any attention to it.
Shin.
Yes.
The way to bring Korrin back.
If it was a price that were difficult but simple, you wouldn't even be down here talking to me. I can't even remember a time you ever asked me for advice at all, or counsels with me. Kalista, a sure mind and of sure intention.
Then your
What?
memory is as old as you are. I wasn't always like this. Shin, you've just replaced what I once was with what you see now. That doesn't matter. The toll is heavy. The price, beyond what I would ever ask anyone to give up for me.
What
And
is
I
the
am a
price?
selfish individual, willing to sacrifice a lot, especially for Korrin.
What
7
is the
souls.
price? 7.
7
Yes.
celestial bodies, 7 devils, and 7 fucking souls.
Korrin would never.
I know.
Korrin would never, ever accept that cost.
That's what you.
There may be another way, but I don't think you're going to like what I have to say.
If it's killing 7 people and sending their souls to Avernus, it might be worth hearing.
We may send our own souls to Avernus to bring her back.
Plain hop.
I will need time and some rest, because as she holds up 2 bloody hands out of the person that she's trying to stabilize at the moment, but
It wouldn't be our
It's-
first time, Shin.
I would rather travel into the hells than send 7 souls to hell for me. I can deal with that cost.
As you all discuss
I
this,
agree.
I do want to make sure that you are aware of one thing. And that is that time progresses when you are not here. And every second that you are away from here is a second that you may lose to prepare. Just making sure that you know that. And that time does also work a little differently in different planes. So there is risk to this plan as well. I'm 100% here for you going to hell, but I want to make sure that you know what that might entail. Price for everything.
Shin, Kalista, you can tell. No, Shin wouldn't do it. It wouldn't matter. Never mind. I have a suggestion from Cory, but not from Shin. Shin wouldn't do it. No.
I mean, there are a lot of people here who probably aren't that long for this world. Just
My suggestion was
surrounding
going to
you.
be there's probably death row inmates somewhere in the city.
Lorwryn has thought about that as well, being from the demon pit.
But Shin would absolutely not suggest that, so I'm good. Cory, the war criminal, wants to.
Lorwryn would also have the issue with that because partially she is fighting these devils.
100%, I dig it.
Like, she hates them as much as anybody. And to send 7 souls, no matter what they did on this plane of existence there, she just knows that in the internal army, they would just become conscripts.
See, that's the same thing with Kalista. They're still her people. This is still her town. At least in her eyes. So sending souls to Avernus, even though she only spent like half a minute there, she knows it's not worth it. Shin? Lorwryn? Wash your hands and come upstairs. We need to discuss with all of us.
Shin bows to Kalista and proceeds to head towards whatever bin or barrel of water that exists around.
Yep.
And he meticulously cleans the blood and the caked blood from his hands and his robes.
Water turning pink from all of the blood that you wash off of your hands and forearms. And
Kalista is going to kneel beside the person that Shin had just watched die. Oh, sorry, there's a puppy assaulting me. And she's going to gently close the individual's eyes before turning back to Shin and joining him at the basin. There's one thing you do notice, Shin, though, as you have seen it in so many people as you've been trying to heal people, is that hollow look in their eyes Kalista wears as well.
And as we will jump up to the room for you all to discuss further together, let's go ahead and take a break. Seems like a good time. Let's take a break. And we are back. So, we pick up in Kalista's chambers. The wind, this high up with no real windows, does buffet you all a little bit, blowing your hair up here in the breeze. Saren is still with you all as well. Korrin's body just covered with a cloth on the bed. Is Korrin covered or uncovered?
She's covered.
Okay. With a sheet over her. Saren, now that you all have rejoined, just looks around as you all stand in silence. So, who's going to talk first? I know it's awful. It is awful. Korrin saved so many lives today that if she hadn't been there, Zariel would have claimed far more than just 7.
But she would never forgive us. Sending 7 people down there to burn and rot in hell. Even if it means bringing her back.
She would immediately leave this party and go to hell and save those 7 souls. And we would never see her again. It is not a price that she would be willing to pay, or would ever accept being paid for her. Nor would her husband.
Is that what you're proposing? To go into Avernus?
We investigated this possibility. Time works differently across the plains. Unfortunately, and she laughs a little nervously, there isn't a lot of direct information about how it works in the Hells. But there's a possibility that it may take you far longer than it seems to you. And if these other devils, are on their way here now, if your absence means that more die at their hands, then the balance is off. The calculation was wrong. We are... Salem, forgive us whatever we do. Jen?
Kalista, do you remember what the time dilation when we went was?
I'm assuming I would. DM, what was the time dilation?
Which circle of hell have you been to?
I mean, we spent quite a lot of time hopping.
Okay. Which circle of hell have you been to? That's not a place that people tend to go on a pleasure hop.
Yeah, what vacations you guys take?
Yeah, I
I'm
going to need some major backstory justification for you having been in Avernus before and just let leave.
Kalista literally dropped that bomb right before we went to break, and I was like, I'm just yes-anding the shit out of it.
Hold on,
like,
what did Kalista say?
Right before the break, she's like, she mentioned that we had been there before, and I was like, we have.
It wasn't our first time. I didn't specify where we'd gone.
The exact phrase was, "It's not our first time plane hopping."
Yeah, plane hopping.
Yeah.
And Kalista did say for just her brief time in Avernus, as in when her soul was halfway between here and there, she would never want to send anyone else there. I don't think we've ever discussed your characters having been to hell. This
I don't think
first,
Vacation pack, man.
that's my,
In
okay,
hell.
DM ruling. If you're going to hell in this campaign for any reason, it's your first time.
Okay.
Okay? Because this is, you can't have been like, this is old hat. Okay, maybe Lorwryn.
I was so
Yeah, maybe
right.
maybe
I was
because
gonna
you're
ask
from
that
like
question.
an adjacent plane. But the rest of y'all, like, this has got to be your first time going to hell. You can't just be like, yeah, that again.
Well,
Know the language.
On vacation.
I was
just a
just
little bit.
playing.
I
with
love it.
What I,
Yeah.
I was
But
I don't have a
Just
tourist
like-
book.
I love it.
So I did kind of want to jump in with that though, if the time dilation kind of thing, because being in the demon pits, similar adjacent esque kind of thing, like that would be something I could speak. of.
I will
Intelligent
allow
about.
you a role here, Arcana,
Okay.
because you have been in the abyss, which, though not quite the same, you have knowledge that you've also heard and read. And as an aside, I love the fuck out of the yes-anding, and you're both amazing for doing that. But I'm gonna have to be like, wait, no, but we can make this roll.
Can we dial it? Can we go ahead and go for a take 2 on this whole interaction?
Well, that's kind of like I imagine. So Lorwryn making this check, and then we'll kind of rewind a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I got a 17 on the check.
17. It isn't, according to what you know, especially from your time in the Abyss and what you've heard about the Hells, it isn't always consistent from circle to circle, or sometimes even within the circle itself, because time is another torture device and can be manipulated for the greatest amount of suffering, just as flesh can.
I have an idea where we can take 2 birds with 1 stone. And this idea is insane. And looks
it would be
over
your
at
idea without it being insane.
Jaeger. I'm willing to bet money in the universes that thing around his arm is the crown of Zariel. I don't need an Arcana check to bet. That's what that is.
In world, I don't need an Arcana check. Yes, the wall is fully broken. I'll go ahead and put my D20 away. I don't even need it.
My bad. Yeah. My bad.
No, not your bad. That's amazing. I fucking love it. Not your bad. Fantastic.
On the line again.
Oh no, that's staying in. You fucking kidding me? No, that's canon. He said Arcana check. That is a real world thing now. I'll figure it out later.
I gotta stop talking willy nilly. God damn it!
I love it so much.
This is hard.
Oh, please.
hard.
Please continue though.
Okay. What if we invaded them? What if we take the throne of Zariel, and then subsequently every throne? We make our way down Avernus. They're invading here, but that means they're not going to be at home. And if we attack home, they're going to come back.
Well, parents, we can go and play. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that we found if we create enough of a ruckus, they come after us. And, there's 6 of us.
Fight them on their turf.
As you say, there's 6 of us. Saren gives a little. and then looks at Korrin's body and realizes that she is the sixth.
Well, before we entertain that possibility, Shin, why don't I confirm the crown is what you think it is?
By all means.
She'll walk up to Jaeger and hold her hand out.
Pause for a minute. Drop the shield, and it slams to the ground. Not gently. And he'll just lock eyes with her and pull it off. And hand it over.
You will take it from him, making sure that her hand rests on Jaeger's for a second. I'm sorry for what I said, Jaeger. I truly am sorry.
He'll look down at her. Put a big hand on her shoulder. And a little bit of light will channel through him as he lets a couple points of his divine healing that's left into her.
Okay.
Is all right. There are many more difficult decisions to happen before this is over. That's why you gave me thick skin.
You wear it well, Jaeger. Thank you. And she will step away and take a seat at the desk and spend the next 10 minutes casting Identify.
Okay. I'm going to send something to you. And is there anything anyone would be doing over the next 10 minutes while Kalista does this?
Jaeger?
How long has it been since the fight?
About 4 hours at this point.
Okay. I just want to know what the sword does at this point. So at some point, when I pull it out, I guess I'll know. I know what this does now.
So the sword, I'm going to go ahead and send something to you. This is a lot of text. So feel free to take your time reading it.
Read!
Yeah.
If you use it, it destroys you.
I mean,
That means
not
it's really
that
good then.
far off.
Fuck yes. You have soul edge now. Fuck yes!
more like, I mean, yeah, it's not that far off base.
Nuke button.
There we go.
Sorry, I don't have a nuke button, but in these trying times, I will offer you a nut button.
There you go, Danny.
Thank you. I'll read.
I roll for reading.
Roll to read. It's the hardest part. So if we want to pause and let someone has something they would like to do that does not involve Kalista or Valkerie at this moment, we can give them a sec to read through this.
Lorwryn will slip through a spell book just in case, because she's got one last idea.
Okay.
Jaeger's going to stand over Korrin's body and just kind of puts his hands on the table and he'll look at Shin. So were you two old friends? It seemed some of you had history.
We have fought many times. I have trained with her husband, and she has subsequently kicked my ass. Actually, he pulls up his robes. This scar is from her. I told her no weapons. She does not sometimes understand the rules of a sparring match and threw an axe at me and then a table leg. The table leg is what hit me and gave me the scar. Apparently, she in her younger years was a sore loser. She got better about it as she got older. But she was a champion.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I said she was a champion, and she got that way. She's very much deserved.
Without spending much time with her, it's maybe sounds like she hasn't changed all that much. She still has an affliction for throwing furniture and buildings.
Yeah, but it wasn't at any of us, so that's an improvement.
Kalista, as these 10 minutes complete and you see the connections of the weave that were used in order to enchant, to create this item, what do we see on your face?
At first, it is just focus. Before it becomes cold. Almost a disconnected determination.
What is that sound? Hold on, we have to address this.
That is sound of a baby
We have to address this. What is that?
Are, a small bird or parrot called kakarikis, and they are running around in their pen right now making noise.
Okay,
Because
I
also have
love
parrots.
it. We just, there's no way I'm going to be able to edit it out of everything, so we have to address it.
They're doing those circles right now.
The wildlife is starting to return back to the
Yeah,
area.
you're really high up. A bird flies into this room since your windows are smashed.
She would be the kind of person that had a little parrot cage in the
You know
corner.
what? And the parrot cage is doing fine somehow.
Yeah, it was somehow protected. Okay, it's right by
There,
the
now it's in the
non-smoking
world.
window.
Any future sounds we hear from the birds are canon.
Oh, good.
That's how you yes and
yeah.
the environment.
Yes, and the little birds. I think that's Hannibal and Clarice, actually.
Oh my god. Horrifying.
My mom named them, and she doesn't realize how messed up that is. She does. She did it anyway.
pretty messed up.
Anyway.
So, what do we see on your face?
You see a cold determination set in. And she takes the crown. And she's going to tuck it away in her bag of holding for now. Before turning from her desk to face everyone. I have an idea. And this is a fucking stupid one. But I can get Korrin back for one soul. 1 for 1. A trade.
I am listening, child.
The wearer of the crown becomes the new lord of that hell. They get benefits. I also have a spell that can break the binding of the crown to a wearer. I can wish it. It's one of the few things that can remove the crown. I will not ask any of you to put it on your head.
I will do it.
No.
I am already walking towards her.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not you, Shin. Lorwryn?
I have spent many, many, many years in the abyss, adjacent to these hills. I am fortunately maybe a bit more understanding of what could happen were the wish not to work.
Yes. But you are also a hell of a lot more dangerous than I am. Or the wish not to
Nah.
work.
Yes, but I will be nearer to my beloved, who can, hopefully, she squinches when she says that, help if I need.
We will not be doing this now. As I need time to prepare a wish, and we all need sleep.
Would it not work to put the crown on Korrin's body? Would that do anything?
Would I know if that would do anything?
Attuning to an item is usually not to your body. It's to your soul a little
To your soul.
bit. And that is absent from Korrin's body at this moment.
So, what will happen if you put on the crown? Will it turn you crazy? Will it kill you? Will you...
Not crazy, no. But it will change you.
Mm.
Some of us, like Shin, would become unrecognizable. I have a feeling Lorwryn won't be so changed.
I own
If
the
we go to
knowledge,
hell. If we go to hell and they put... And Lorwryn is able to wear the crown, will they obey her there?
Yes. But there's no guarantee that Lorwryn will still be on our side. And there's no guarantee that we will be under her protection.
If it were to work, this could be a battle on two fronts. I could be in hell, and I could attack the rest of them in the different circles from there. While you all defend this realm. If we all go, the way the time works in these different planes of existence, by the time we all got back, this world could be completely lost.
I'm not certain if you even need to go to hell to make the trade. And I'm not certain you should. To fight a two-front war with an individual alone in hell does not sound like it's going to be that successful. Even wearing a crown.
And... Who is the trade going to be? How do we pick? I could try to find volunteers.
No. You will need someone of strong mind and strong soul.
No, not to wear the crown. To trade. Didn't you say, Kalista, that it would still take a soul?
Yes.
To wear the crown, you still need to take a soul.
No, to make the trade. Wear the crown you can do. To make the trade, instead of it being 7 souls, it'll be 1. Because as the Duke or Duchess or Duke of Avernus, you get to make the rules. Or at least bend them.
And it's still horrible to send someone's soul down, burn, and boil in the hells. But it makes it a little bit more palatable if it's only one.
Who is the most heinous one here?
Can't be any of you. We need you. Ivor needs
Not
you
us.
all.
Someone who's done heinous things in Highgale. Someone who should atone for what they've done.
I can check the prisons.
I would
No
never
crime.
ask you. I would never
No
ask
crime.
you to do that. I will do it. You stay here. I know my
No.
way to the dungeons.
Shin,
Yes.
no crime done on this world is deserving of the Nine Hells. None of those prisoners in that prison have done something worthy. We need a volunteer. We need somebody willing to step up for it and accept the cost. We're not going to force somebody to lose whatever afterlife they have promised.
Shin, there are a lot of people in Highgale right now, looking for a little redemption. The
But is it
devils weren't the only ones who slaughtered people today.
And Shin, you see Shin look at both of you. The universe is always trying to achieve balance. What you're asking, Kalista, is would you damn a soul brave enough to sacrifice themselves to the hells? Oh, wait, it's okay.
Are you good,
Would
Matty?
you, Kalista, sacrifice a soul brave enough to be willing to give themselves up? Is that soul deserving of the hells as well? No, neither is a good choice. Because if they are brave enough to sacrifice themselves, then they do not deserve the hells. But the ones, the killers, the murderers, the ones in our cells, marked for death anyways, are they worthy even though they are unwilling? Neither. Neither.
There is no right choice here, Shin.
Then
But
why
we-
not a criminal?
Because we cannot dictate what happens to the souls. That is not for us to do. That is not for the divine, and that is not for the zealots that sell their souls. That is for the gods and the gods themselves. I may not bend knee to any god, but I will respect a soul.
Fine. Then I volunteer.
No,
Why? Why am I
because
any
without
different?
you, we would die.
How am I any different than any volunteer that you're going to ask for?
You're
I'm-
helpful.
Not saying that it is a good choice, Shin.
I'm sorry to say it, Shin.
Do you think when I woke up to find her lying there that I didn't think the exact same fucking thing? That I don't want to just put this crown on and give myself up?
Shin, you are different. You can help. I know it's not worthy of a priestess of Saloon to say. But you, in the fights that are to come, not all pieces on the board carry the same weight.
I understand, and you're wise to see that. But that is not the point I am making. Do you see the point I am making, Kalista?
I do. I
And
know.
if you feel so strongly, I will allow you to make the choice of who. But know that no choice you make will be the right one.
I know.
So be it.
Val and Jaeger, as this conversation has been happening, with occasional chime-ins from Lorwryn. How is this discussion sitting with the two of you, from two very different perspectives?
Val doesn't... You see kind of a confused look on her face because she has killed so many. And in her mind sent many to hell before. And she is perplexed that they are having such trouble over one life when she has watched them kill so many in front of her before. It is. And she kind of speaks up and says something of that. We've killed so many before. Devils, humans, elves, all kinds. I don't pretend to believe that my life is so much better than theirs, that my soul is worth so much more than theirs. I think they're all the same. Every monster I've ever killed, I was the monster to them. And I thought I was doing right. Or I was angry, or for whatever reason I killed them. But I was the boogeyman in their story. And I imagine to the devils that we feel we are the same way to them. I don't know Korrin well. But I know she wouldn't want 7 lives, 7 souls to have to go. But I do believe maybe 1 could.
Find a soul.
Oh. 1 soul.
1 soul.
I will begin inquiries.
No.
She looks
Take
back
me.
and forth.
My goddess, as Shin pointed out, is a fickle one, full of games and treachery. She would absolutely love to rob Avernus of a soul once the trade is complete.
Can you guarantee that, Lorwryn? And if it is your soul we are giving, you cannot wear the crown.
I know.
Then I'll wear it. Can you say with certainty that your goddess will bring you back? Because if you cannot, we will not entertain this idea any further. And I will find a soul.
She has given me so much today to make me believe that perhaps there is a way. I thought that for what I did, that there would be no redemption. Perhaps that I am mistaken with that.
Is
But
that
I have
certain?
seen what Korrin means to you all. I am the outsider in this group.
That is no reason to give up your soul, Lorwryn. The only reason we are entertaining this is because you say your goddess will give it back.
She will.
Saren excuses herself.
Okay. We need to find rooms where there are not 18 broken windows. And we need to get rest. All of us. We will do this at dawnbreak.
You all find... Kalista, you organize the acquisition of rooms. It's not that hard. There are a lot of empty dorms now. Those killed and those injured below. It's mostly empty. The emptiest you've seen the halls, except for on the busiest festival days when everyone was outside. When everyone was outside enjoying all that was on offer. And now they still are. $10 says it's a squirrel. And now they're still outside, but for a very different reason. So finding rooms here in the Tower of the Weaveminders, not difficult. Is there anything you all would be wanting to do before getting a very needed long rest? If not,
Raiding all the potions.
if not, you all can go ahead and officially level up to level 17.
Yeah.
Now that you are fully getting your long rest here. Yeah.
I need to steal some people's dreams.
Who's up to be a Capri Sun?
Did I hear you correctly? Did you say you need to steal people's dreams?
Fucking Dream Eater.
I'm a damn sure I have to feed off of something, and I didn't choose blood. I chose dreams. So that's
how close do you have to be?
Motherfucker's a Gengar.
How close do you have to be for it?
I think I need to be. I don't have to be touching them, but I would say fairly close, like within arm's reach, if that makes sense, but not necessarily touching.
I would think the easiest way for you to achieve this, though, if you want to achieve it a different way, feel free, would be once everyone else has gone to bed, walking the silent halls, your hand just running across the walls, and every now and then you come across one that is occupied with someone sleeping right against the wall on the other side. Nightmares, all of them. And as you feed on those dreams and you get glimpses, emotions, flashes, those who survived this ordeal, they experience their own version of hell. You see people from a first-person perspective committing atrocities against their neighbors. But you manage to consume what you need to consume, you creepy person, you.
It's all McDonald's.
What do we, as Valkerie walks these shadowed hallways, night having fallen, heavy storm clouds, none of the candles are lit. There are a few arcane lamps here in the hall, but it is very dark. What do we see on Val's face as she gets hit with these glimpses of these dreams of nightmare?
So as you see her walking down the hall and stopping at one particular occupied dorm, you see her face just kind of scrunch up, her brows furrow, and you just see one tear kind of stream down her face because she's experiencing the deep shame and sadness that she is feeling, like wafting over to her. And the one tear rolls down, and then you see her keep moving on to find another one.
Anything the rest of you would be doing? Okay. We'll talk about at the end of the session what you all got from leveling up. As the sun just begins to rise, Kalista,
Why is it picking up? Now it is.
There we go.
All right. Come in.
Saren enters your room for the second time in just a short little while, even though she'd never been here before too long ago. And this time she doesn't enter with the same hesitation she did when she first visited your quarters. She walks in with her head downcast, and she sees you abed, I assume, since it is very early and you need rest. Actually,
Yeah.
Elf?
Elf, so not in bed,
Yeah.
sitting at that desk with the crown in front of her right now. But she tucks it away the second Saren walks into the room.
Yep.
Hello, cat.
Kalista, I've brought someone that I think you should meet.
Okay.
She steps back to the door and just gives a little nod. And a human, about maybe 75 years old, walks in. He has a strong face, his chin accentuated by a nice full gray beard, his hair very thinning, but still clinging on to the misconception that he doesn't need to shave it. This is Sir Vale. Sir Vale, would you like to tell my sister what you told me? He looks a little nervous.
Miss Weaveminder. You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I used to be a soldier. I doubt she remembers it, but many decades ago, Korrin saved my life on the battlefield. Hard to forget her, easy to forget me. I always hoped that one day I would have the opportunity to repay my debt to her. Your sister has told me what would be required.
And he, even though he entered with a cane that he didn't use that much, he had a slight hunch, but he stands up to his full height, his shoulders broadening so much as he stands.
But it would be my honor to repay this debt.
No. You know what is going to happen to your soul, right?
Yeah. Never had that much use for it before.
And then he sombers.
Yes. I do. It's the price of war sometimes.
I understand. Saren?
Saren just wipes tears from her face as she has just been... tears just silently rolling as Sir Vale spoke.
I need you to leave this room. Oh, sorry.
All of the puppies.
Oh god, there's 8 dogs at this house. Yeah. Saren, I need you to exit this room. Lock the door. And don't let anyone enter until I inform you it's safe. Do you understand? And if you do not obey this order, I will never speak to you again.
I was going to have you make a persuasion check. Not with that ultimatum. And she just takes a few halting breaths as if she's going to say something. Swallows. And leaves and closes the door behind her. Jaeger? I assume you'd be there.
Just wanted to confirm if Matty wanted Jaeger in the room this whole time.
Jaeger would be in that room, yes.
Okay. He'll stand on the other side of the door, or the inside of the door, to double block.
She's going to walk up to Jaeger. If this gets messy, which it very well might, I need you to not hesitate to destroy me.
Price of war is high, and it is a price you made me willing to pay. You have my word.
Thank you. Sir, if you'd please take a seat.
And he walks over and sits where you had been sitting.
Is this all right?
She will pick up the crown.
As your mind is filled with purpose, this time when you pick it up. Sorry. Just this soft whispering. You know that tongue as the language of the hells. Lorwryn?
You hear a soft knock at the door.
I would like to first know what happened with Saren outside. How did you arrive in this hallway?
We've been there before, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Doors have no meaning to me, then.
Yeah, you've been in these chambers. Yesterday.
Wouldn't have been in these chambers because her windows were all blasted out. So she's in a different room now.
You're in a different room. That is fair.
So my assumption was we had at least understood where we were going to do this the next day. Because the last words that we had were preparing for this kind of piece. So she's not even dressed for battle. She's in robes.
And so, because you wouldn't know the exact chamber, I would think you would have been walking the halls, and then you would have seen one where Saren is standing outside of the door.
Correct, yeah.
And you see her, and she is... Salem, please. This can't be real. This can't be real.
What is happening, child?
My sister is busy at this moment.
Doing what? What is paining you that she is doing?
What's your passive insight?
11.
Make me an insight check.
Okay.
This isn't a high DC. She's not hiding her emotions. Great. We'll go with whichever is higher.
The passive will be
higher. Please, guys, just do passive. Something bad. She is this woman is breaking in front of you. Her faith, her understanding of morality and ethics, everything she knew, you watch as it's all shaking like the foundations of the Tower of Bells shook when they were struck by one of those cannon blasts.
Can I take a chance and try to get on the other side of the door?
Yes, absolutely. So you would be using teleport here? Or would you be... Okay. We know we have to make a roll here. And that is what makes these games
amazing. I'm not
going to
use my standard shadow step because I don't know what's on the other side of it, so...
So, because this is a area that you have had the most passing of, like, not even knowledge of, aside from the fact that it's on the other side of this door. That is enough to put it in the described category here. So, with teleport, love when the dice tell a story. Have to roll a D100. Could you please roll this publicly? The ranges are 1 to 43 is a mishap, 44 to 53 is a similar area, off target is 54 to 73, but with a 25% chance of 74 or above, you are exactly on target. You have a 25% chance here.
How are we going to roll publicly in D&D Beyond?
It should always. Your rolls by default should be public.
No. For the D100, though.
Yeah.
So the D100 at the bottom.
Yeah, bottom left. Should have a little die button. Yeah, it's weird.
It wasn't popping up for me at first.
I dig it. I get it. It's not showing up for me right now, so. 28.
Did you see it?
Yes. Okay. Could you roll me a D100 one more time? Because that's what you have to do on mishap. And again, because that's a 3. This can,
it won't give me shit
this
tonight.
Can stack multiple times until you get one of the non-mishaps. There we go. 51. Okay, so first, with these mishaps, I have to roll a little bit of damage.
While he's rolling, this is all your fault, Kalista. Right? You know this, right? This is all your fault.
I know. Trust me, I know.
41 total points of force damage on 60-10 for 2 mishaps. And you appear in Kalista's chambers. Her actual chambers. It's a similar area. It's a room in the Tower of the Weaveminders. I think that qualifies. But you and come here and look around, and it's empty. And as we see Lorwryn teleport into this empty room, we cut back to where Kalista and Sir Vale are, and Jaeger. There is a knock at the door at this moment from Saren. Kalista, Lorwryn was out here, and then she disappeared.
There is no answer. As Kalista puts the crown on.
I start teleporting all around the fucking castle.
So here, what we're going to say is roll me a D4.
Yeah.
Because it's about a 25% chance here that you get it each time. So just roll me a D4 and we're going to see how many turns it takes you to land it. 2.
Yeah, I've got 2. Yeah.
2, okay. So that,
you see her do that, and she's just in black robes. Like, not sheer, but like sort of satiny black robes that she had. And you just see her appear in her chambers, and she starts looking around, and quickly she goes, no. Fuck. And then the silvery smoke envelops her again, and she starts to just make her
second
way back
room.
as fast as she can.
And as you successfully teleport to the right space, it is at the moment that the crown touches your head, Kalista. And Jaeger, you see for a brief second, no longer than a second, the circlet erupts in flames. And Kallista's eyes. What color were your eyes, Kalista?
They blue to begin with.
They glow a bright, pale orange. And Kalista, I have sent you the information about that crown. I assume you will take that into account.
Jaeger's gonna pop a divine sense just to get an extra, creepy vibe. From that way. Yeah.
Okay, really quick. I just want to make sure, Kalista, without reading the full description out loud, because that's kind of part of the mystique. I just want to make sure in the flaw that you noticed a few words. Must. And nothing. Those are extremes. I just want to make sure that you clocked those. Because this is as pure and intense a character flaw as you could ever acquire. And Kalista, as this crown touches your head, you gain an awareness of a connection to another plane. Not a perfect connection, but it's there. And if you push hard enough, you can make it obey. Surveil as Lorwryn teleports into the room. You also see, as the fire just dies away, you teleport in just at that exact moment. And just looks around.
Will clock Lorwryn as she arrives, turning to face her.
We had a deal. Are you still in there?
I am a lord of sin, a lord of the hells. I must rule over the other sins. And she stops.
Kalista.
And turns back towards. Yes.
There's no charisma saving throw for this. You have never felt the purity and white-hot intensity of rage that courses through your body just a few seconds after that crown touches your head. Unbridled, absolute.
Set that up. Lorwryn arrived right as the crown hit my head.
So, like, right before the flood of wrath fills you.
As she turns and as she speaks, her voice incredibly cold. I'm going to cast a spell at Lorwryn.
Okay, what spell? And as Kalista goes to cast this, Jaeger, you said you were using Divine Sense. When you first used Divine Sense in the council chambers, you picked up 8. Not 7, 8. One of those 2 is still present here. From Lorwryn. And from Kalista, there's something. She's not a fiend. But she's not exactly what she was either. You feel something very similar to what you felt from the 7 priests when they were inhabited, but not quite the same. More intense.
Gonna stay at the door and not get between these 2 crazy fucking wizard bitches.
But she's going to turn.
Wait for a second and see what happens. He doesn't have enough info yet.
Towards Lorwryn. We had a plan, but mine is better. Stay while I finish this. And she's going to cast Hold Person at 5th level. On you, Lord.
One spell cast, another as the...
Oh, a worthy opponent. Delicious.
Soul for soul,
Now,
right?
soul for soul, and she's going to walk towards the man that she's only a step away from and place her hand directly on his forehead.
I cast Power Word Kill on myself.
Counterspell.
It's 9th level.
Let me roll. Baby.
All of my authority has been entirely usurped. What? So no, I love it. It's two GMs. You know what to do. Fuck it. I don't need to be here. But as this arcane energy from the weave from below, all of it is flying between these two individuals as Surveil just sits between this in this brief moment. What I would love actually first, Kalista, before you roll for Counterspell, you can roll an Arcana check to see if you recognize the spell that Lorwryn is casting, and therefore you'll know what level it is. But this is an Arcana check first in order to recognize it. It is DC 19.
Yes.
Holy fuck, I love this game.
Ooh, okay, 28. I know exactly.
You saw it
what she's
cast.
casting.
You heard it cast. Which means if you have a 9th level spell slot available, you can choose to use it immediately.
No. Because I need that fucking spell for Wish. If I manage to come back to myself.
Oh, I want to make something very clear here.
That I'm not casting Wish on
You
myself.
are not casting Wish on yourself.
I didn't think so.
Not for this. You have any desire you had to remove that crown?
It's gone.
It is not
I
there
assumed
anymore.
you were going to use Wish on whoever had the else crown. I thought that was the fucking plan. But
Okay, I just realized I could have used
out the
Wish to
goddamn
Wish
window.
from back. But
Well,
you
maybe.
know what?
Maybe.
All right, so
As she's casting this,
Yeah.
she looks over to Jaeger, and she goes, and she looks at Jaeger. Still has the runes.
Oh, yeah.
And things glowing. And she looks at her. She goes, "You're missing one. Take it from my armor. She will protect you."
Cool. I will use a 9th level spell slot to stop that spell. Counterspell 9th level. And then I want to build that connection with that other plane.
Because you did say that as you were casting Counterspell, even before Power Word Kill was cast, that you were reaching towards Surveil. We have a flurry of things that happen here. If there is anyone else, or Lorwryn again as well, who would try to act before Kalista's hand touches Surveil's shoulder, we would need to make a check to see if you're even fast enough first. Because all she has to do is reach out and have a thought.
I cast Power Word Stun at 8th level.
On me?
Yep.
Counterspell 8th level.
We had a deal, damn it.
Oh wait, yeah, we did. I will use my Counterspell 8th level.
We have 2 wizards here. I need that check again first, though, Kalista. I need the Arcana check to see if you know to use an 8th level before you're able. Can't just guarantee it. There's got to be a check.
Oh, yeah.
I see you, Jaeger. I'm going to be getting to you.
25.
25. You would recognize the spell.
8th level spell slot.
You are the head of the Weaveminders. You know these spells.
I wrote the spell.
Probably part of it. And so a third. What's the term in fencing, but like a third pass as you all counter. Yeah, a third riposte. There it is. And as we watch these two experts of the arcane duel, Jaeger.
Jaeger is going to look to the man, and one of his oaths will glow. And he's going to try and time it with when those two are distracted with each other and cast banishment on him to get him out of the room.
Okay. Like I said, in this moment, need a dex check to see if you're even fast enough to cast this, because again, Kalista doesn't have to cast anything. She just needs to touch.
9 inches away,
And
baby.
she's right there. 25 was the Archon check from Kalista.
So what do I need to roll?
Dexterity check, please. See if you're fast enough.
Oh, good. I am not fast.
I believe in you. Come on. The scene has been amazing. Can't wait to see how it ends.
I also need to ask, he's a big guy, and I'm assuming this crown, it's got its benefits. Would I notice him moving to cast a spell?
You notice, but with a 6 from Jaeger, it's not fast enough.
Too late anyway.
You see him start to, and if you wish in this moment, I'm gonna give. I want to hear you out here, Lorwryn.
Mm-hmm. I have one other thing that I can do, and that would be to step in front with my dexterity.
Just
if
to try to
counterspelling and things.
Just to try to interpose yourself.
Yep. No shadow step. No nothing. Just get in front.
Before you do that, you absolutely can. I'm going to give you full chance here. This incredible display of spells all around this old knight.
It is all right. It's fine. I've made my peace. You...
And he points to you, Lorwryn.
I heard about you. You were one of those who stopped Zarya. I was a mediocre knight in my prime. Let me help. This is the only way I can help any of my people. Give me this. Please. I knew what I was signing up for.
I don't think you do, young man.
And
I don't think you do.
He chuckles and he looks down, and when he looks up at you, his eyes are welling with tears.
You don't know what hell is until you've survived off of soldiers' rations. I haven't been a good man all my life. Probably where I'd end up anyway. You're
And yet, you still have life to live.
He gives a gesture that just takes in everything all around him, and in a wheezing response,
what life? I had my grandchildren were all I had, and they're gone. Maybe they're there. I heard someone say once that you went to the Hells for a company. another climate. If they're there, I'll still be in good company. And I will take with me the knowledge that I helped Ivor.
And he just sits down, all of the energy from him gone, and just closes his eyes and takes a deep...
Let the man die the death he has chosen. Let me bring back who really matters in this room.
And who will bring you back?
That is an issue I'm sure you will solve. Jaeger, do not let this get interrupted again. That is a command. And she'll reach out and finally touch the old man.
I did say I would give you a final opportunity, Lorwryn. I want to give it to you. The choice is still yours as to what you do.
Is this a saving throw or just a straight dex check or
It would depend on what you want to do.
anything else I have over here?
It would depend.
Acrobatics? Or...
Yeah, a scatter die. Yeah, roll a scatter die.
I tumble my way over
Gun. Bam! Shoot your hand off.
Well, we tried the gun option, but we both have shields.
I said you all could world build. I guess you have a gun. No. Whether it's a check or a save will really depend on what you would be trying to do.
She is going... She wants to absorb this hatred on her way down there. There's two ways that this ends in Lorwryn's mind, and none of it allows for Kalista to be herself or to live. Because the crown will corrupt her fully. And there'll be a 7th star back in the sky in no time.
Okay. So.
Would Jaeger just say something to Lorwryn in that kind of pause?
Of course.
And if allowed, he wants to body block, but if that's too much for like...
You were just instructed not to allow interruption. I feel like that is a... Jaeger's done very little. I feel like everyone else has been free to throw some big 9th level spells. You can certainly walk.
He wants to separate the two and look at Lorwryn and put up a hand, and he's trying to convey that once Kalista does what she's going to do to this guy and send him and trade souls, he's going to need her help to deal with the crown immediately. So I don't know how
Are you trying to communicate this silently?
Kinda, because he's a little scared Kalista's going to get pissed.
This is going to be an interesting way to decide the DC for Lorwryn picking up on this insight. First, could you roll me a persuasion check, Jaeger, and we're going to take that number and subtract it from 20, and that will be the DC. So the better you do, the lower the DC for Lorwryn to get your meaning through this silent communication.
Let me see if there is something with my class.
I don't think you get it. Something to persuasion.
I think it's like fear.
Yeah, probably. Lorwryn ain't scared right now.
Okay.
Quite the opposite.
She pissed. Okay. Persuasion?
Yes, please.
Here we go. Son of a bitch.
No. Well, that means that you got a 9, which subtracted from 20 is 11, which is Lorwryn's passive insight. And so you would pick up on what he's laying down. What you do
Which
with
is
that.
more a raising of his hand to pause for a second and look to Kalista with his hand squeezing around the trident a little tighter.
Is the transference that I'm thinking about even possible?
What do you mean by that? I know we want to keep the mystique, but speak plain, my friend. What do you mean?
I want to offer her some amount of retribution, so the crown won't completely take over.
Because of your experience in the abyss, your knowledge of the 9 hells, I'm going to give you some information here that you would know. No, that is an artifact. That has more power. Maybe Lolth herself could do something about that. Maybe. But removing it is literally forcibly dethroning the Lord of the Hells. They have a bit of an impact, those artifacts. But you do know that magics, certain extremely powerful magics, could remove the tendrils that have wrapped themselves around Kalista's soul. Wish.
So if I were to take the crown from her,
I will let you know mechanically. Actually,
asking, yeah.
Hold on. Let me look at one piece of wording. Again, giving you this just so that you can make an informed decision, and I think it makes sense because of your knowledge where you've been. The only 2 things that will remove that crown from her head that you know of is the intervention of the divine intervention, or wish. Only the most powerful of magics can undo this tethering. But you did just level up. And that is something that might be available to you as a possibility. But that's just something you would know. What you would do with that is entirely yours.
she's still going to attempt to get in the middle of it.
Okay. This is going to end interestingly one way or the other.
Shin has spoken.
Could I please have a dexterity check from you, Lorwryn?
Check or saving throw?
Check.
Just check?
Please. Yeah.
Okay. Check, please.
You have a damn good one.
One soul.
One soul, please. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you roll one more time? Because of how close she is, and Jaeger, would you be trying to stop this?
I think mechanically he can.
Yeah, he absolutely can. It's a question of would you try?
Don't you have Sentry?
Ooh,
Well, yeah,
good
but
rolls,
she is still...
I know that, but I'm just like, technically, mechanically, you can. Like,
I mean, I could hit her.
Yeah, you are a shield guardian. Blocking things is what you do. Well, not a shield guardian, but a shield master. So if you wanted to, you could, and it would be an opposed check.
Opposed dex?
Not for you. We would, because it is speed for Lorwryn, it would be acrobatics, which is the same +5, and you got a 18 on your first roll. And if we're doing contested, we're going to use the first one. For you, Jaeger, it could be acrobatics or athletics. because it's just blocking. It's not acrobatic. By
Do
default.
athletics.
Kind of figured.
As he tries to put the shield between.
Okay.
You can't.
This is going
I'm
to
not
be the
touching you.
roll that determines it.
Okay.
Do have inspiration, I think, if you need it.
Just let me kill the old man. Why is it so hard?
What'd you get,
Because
Jaeger?
if you kill the
27.
old man, I'm killing you, baby. I'm sorry. I'm
a
off
27.
you in a heartbeat.
This episode's titled "Murking an Old Dude." Is it hard?
Good lord.
Good lord.
Lorwryn.
Oh, even with my extra points, it would be 3 less.
Well, we would
So.
keep the highest. But even with the highest of the 20, when you rolled twice, versus a 27.
I get 24 total. Yeah.
Ooh, damn, though. I would love to know, first, Lorwryn, could you describe what this last attempt with the knowledge that it's unsuccessful looks like? Jaeger, how you block her. And then we'll resolve what happens.
She will reach out and do her best. There's almost a bit of the silvery cloud start, as if she was going to try to step in there with that, but she's going even faster than what she could to do any of those. And she's sort of yelling out to it. It's like, you don't know what you're about to...
Jaeger?
Like Captain America to Spider-Man with his shield, just domes her on the head and sends her on her back.
She's pretty hardcore. I'm going to say you send her sliding back.
Okay.
Not going to knock someone down without a check.
27.
I mean, 27 is pretty big. But 24 is the opposed there at the end. But yeah, as Lorwryn goes sliding back and Kalista reaches forward and touches this man's shoulders. He takes a sharp inhale, and if you were to look at his eyes, you would see that they had gone entirely white.
Brandt, it's the happiest day of my life.
And his head slumps forward. And Korrin, you gasp fresh air from underneath a sheet. And the memories of where you've been come with you.
What the fuck?
Blood. Iker spits up. Duh. Duh. Where am I?
The room with.
What? Where?
You're in the same room with... Wait,
were they in the...
Would you have left...
Wait, were they in the room?
Korrin in your chambers, Kalista, or would you have brought Korrin's body?
Yeah, because if you were in a different room,
I'm
Korrin's
curious.
still...
We never
Yeah.
really established. It could have been brought with you. It would have made sense to me if you had, but it's up to you.
It would make sense. But I also feel like she would have probably left her in her chambers
100%. I think
and
that
used
makes sense.
mending to fix the windows.
And as you pull the sheet off of yourself, you find yourself in a little bit worse for wear, but beautifully appointed chamber. There's glass on the ground, but the windows are whole.
Honey? Grin? Grin?
Make me a luck check, because he did say he would come out at a certain time. So let's see if you would have it on him.
Because you would have had to worried about that, because if I didn't answer...
Oh, I was fully aware.
14.
14? That's on the positive. So as you send up, oh, hey there. How's it going, Clover? Everything going all right so far? I almost burned the stew, but Don's helped me fix it. So everything's okay. Love you.
Okay. If you burn my kitchen down, I'll kill you. First off. But second, I love you. And, I think we beat the Duchess of Hell, the Duchess of Wrath.
Like that, like Duchess of Hell is where the 25 words basically cut off. Oh, holy shit! Never had a doubt, but didn't know that's what was going on. Not sure how many more times we can do this, but you're gonna need to tell me a little bit more about that. And
I love you.
You say this one more time into the stone, but you have that immediate awareness that your uses have been spent.
She immediately bolts out of bed and just, not even checking to see if the door's locked, just kicks the door down at that point.
As that's happening, we need to check in with Shin and Valkerie. I haven't checked in with you two for a little bit. Valkerie, I see Shin is ready to roll, but I want to jump over to Valkerie first, and then we'll get to you, Shin. What have you been doing this morning? Because it is probably only, at this point, like 7:30 in the morning.
I've been sleeping up until this point of hearing the door thrown off its hinges. Because I was up late feeding.
And you would have...
So I was
And like we established,
sleeping.
the chambers nearby were largely unoccupied. So it would stand to reason that you were staying in one of the nearby chambers. And so you hear a door get violently kicked.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump up pretty quickly and go out into the hallway to see what is happening.
After yesterday's events, I understand reacting immediately to any loud, sudden noise. Grabbing your blades, you step out of the door and you see Korrin looking around in the hallway. And Korrin, you died. What physical scar, because you weren't killed by a blade. But there's still something that is different on you. What is it? Doesn't have to be visible right now.
It is visible.
Okay.
Because of what was going on while she was away. You see her bust the door down and you see her frantically looking around, but then out of the corner of her shoulder and parts of her body, you see they kind of, her scales start to glow. But it not necessarily the scales, it looks like a wound, but it is glowing red hot. And as you can see that it travels down into the center of her chest and across her chest in the back and her legs and her arm, and the rest of her body, they kind of irradiate. And it looks painful. It looks like it would be painful, but she's okay. But that is what you see. That's not normal.
Korrin? You're back.
What?
You're alive.
I died.
Yes. But how are you feeling now?
Burning. Hot. Overheating. Where is everyone?
Sleeping or getting you back. That's what I assume happened.
What happened with Kalista? She's dead.
She went to do something. To get you back. Her and Lorwryn. I don't know exactly what they did. But someone's life had to be given to get you back.
And she walks up on you. What do you mean?
It was a life for a life. Avernus had to have a soul. You can't pull one out without leaving something there. It's like if there's a mouse trap, something has to stay on the trap.
The spot's starting to get hotter and hotter and hotter.
I can feel it burning almost, but I'm not
Yes.
stepping away from you. But it is very, very hot. I feel it.
Yep.
I don't know what they did exactly. I don't know whose life. I think it was Lorwryn.
What? And when you say that, Korrin just turns.
Say that one more time, it cut off. Could you just bring the volume a little bit down?
Kalista!
And go running. Val, I assume, keeping up?
I'm chasing after her.
Shin.
When she's running,
Oh, yeah.
her footprints are leaving indentions on the ground. Burn marks.
Ooh. Love that. Shin, where have you been?
I was in the room with Kalista because I only have to meditate, so I was just hanging out. And from Shin's perspective, this is the events that have happened. Shin took a trance rest, and then he was sitting next to the body, and he was making tea for himself. And then all of a sudden, Lorwryn just, in silvery smoke, burst into the room.
You know, at first, I was iffy on the idea of you having been there the whole time, but the more you describe it, the idea of Shin just like sitting there, cross-legged, just with the
Korrin,
tea and just
with
watching.
Korrin, not Kalista.
No,
Yeah, with Korrin, not Kalista.
oh,
yeah, Korrin.
I'm so sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
said with.
I was also
Korrin.
confused.
I heard
me.
with Kalista, and that's hilarious to me. The idea of just being there, like,
No, it was
Well, then
Korrin.
Of all people, then he definitely would have been able to stand in front.
100%. Okay, so rewind. Please paint the picture of what you saw again. I misheard.
So Shin had tranced and was meditating and got his long rest, and then he was in Korrin's room, sort of in his own way mourning the death. And then out of nowhere, Lorwryn just bursts in, silver smoke, and then says a bunch of curse words and then disappears. And Shin's like, I don't know what that was about. Continues to make tea. And then all of a sudden, maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes later,
Yeah, 10 is closer, if that.
Korrin shoots up. Yeah, fuck! And then she has a call. And I'm just sitting there like, and then she just barrels through the door, and Shin's. What's the point of making plans? Like, it doesn't seem. Like, this is why you don't get a whole bunch of major players into. This is why all-star teams don't work. This is like. This is because nobody listens.
None of the all-star gladiator teams have ever really panned.
None of the all-star gladiator teams.
They all try to lead.
They all die. They all die so fast. And
so would you have chased after?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Just excellent. Well, then, as Val and Korrin go running, we cut back to Jaeger, Lorwryn, and Kalista. Surveil is hunched over. Dead. Peacefully. Quickly.
See? That wasn't so hard now, was it?
It should have been me. We had a plan.
Lorwryn, why do you beg for death? You will get it soon enough.
It's hard to keep a straight face.
Oh. That's the drama laugh. That's the shit's getting real laugh. Oh, I love it. Don't you dare mute those sounds, Cory. Come on. I just need to copy and paste them into more parts of the story.
We will all have it soon enough, yes. And she just kind of stares back, daggers at it. And then she looks up at Jaeger and just kind of pushes his shield away from her.
Not your enemy, Lorwryn. I still fight for the same thing you do. I want to take every one of them down, much like you. That hasn't changed. My motivations might be swayed, but the end goal is still the same, is it not?
For now, yes. For now.
Wonderful. Now, I need to deal with the inevitable of everyone rushing in here and causing a big fucking scene. So if you don't mind. And she's going to go and open her door. Saren.
What? Kalista? Your eyes are glowing.
And?
Nothing. I just didn't know if you knew.
Thank you for informing me. Now, if you would be so kind, can you go check on Korrin?
Yes. Right away, of course. Yes. And goes running, and as she turns...
Where the fuck are you?
Yep, turns down the hall and almost runs right into a bellowing Korrin, with Valkerie not far behind. It's a hallucinating that worked. Korrin. And you just go barreling right by as she is just in shock at seeing you. And the rest of you, minus Shin, see Korrin and then Valkerie shortly after come tearing down the hall, or at least hear it if you're still within the chambers. I would also say that these chambers are not that far from like Kalista's original. They just needed one with windows that were whole. So Shin, you can very faintly hear the bellowing of Korrin. Just for what it's worth. As you're just sitting there finishing, letting your tea steep.
As Korrin is coming down the hallway, Kalista's gonna go and shove the body off of her desk chair, take a seat, and put her feet on the table, and wait patiently.
Lorwryn will shadow step away.
Ooh.
Korrin cuts the corner, walks into the door, looks at Kalista. Now, mind you, the spots that are glowing, they are hot blue. Korrin puts her hand on the door frame, and it is smoking. And before she can say anything to Kalista, she looks down at the body. Balthazar.
Did you say Balthazar? Okay. Just have to make note of his first name.
And she goes over to him to touch him. She's not sure if she...
He has a small smile on his face. Very faint.
And the
My
glowing
darling
gets...
Korrin. I'm glad to see you're breathing again.
As you look in her eyes, those glowing pale orange eyes, you see reflected back at you a landscape that you spent a minute in? A year? Hard to know. But you see that landscape in her gaze.
What did you do?
I brought you back. I didn't do it for you. I did it for Graham, of course. He was always a sweetheart.
Why are you wearing that bitch's crown?
Well, I had to be a bit creative, so to say.
Korrin lets out a growl. Korrin looks over to Jaeger. Let her do this. You stop her?
The alternative is worse. He went willingly. He said you two had known each other for a bit, that you had saved his life and he wished to return the favor. Who were we to deny that claim?
Oh, man. Korrin's going to take Balthazar's body, hold it close to her, and from the heat of her rage, let it turn him into ash.
I really would rather you not do that. It's a nightmare to
No
clean up.
words. Staring you in the face.
It takes the final remnants of the energy of Avernus that courses through your body at this moment to cremate Balthazar Vale. The same heat doesn't radiate quite so intensely from you. It's still there, you still feel it. And after a couple minutes, the old soldier is ash.
She scrapes up some of him and puts it in a little baggie, tightens it up, and puts it on her belt.
I was expecting a thank you, but I suppose this is fine.
Korrin turns to go and close her door, but rips it off the hinges and throws it above her head into the wall.
She doesn't even flinch.
Goes back to her room, or goes back to the room where her stuff is. And as you see her walking by, and Val would see this, there's like a couple of tears coming from her left eye, but before they get down to her cheek, they kind of just this away.
Evaporate away. Val, would you stay here? Would you follow? Can't hear you. Muted.
I'm going to take in Kalista because I have advantage on seeing fiends, undead, and so there's something. I don't know if she's a fiend or undead, obviously, but there's
just
something.
Make me an Arcana check with advantage to give that advantage benefit here.
Okay.
27 on your first roll. Yeah,
I got a 27.
We'll take a 27. You've seen items of incredible power in your time as a clawbound, and know that there are those that can overpower the souls of the wearers, so that the items themselves wear the person almost. This... she's not a fiend. She's not fully just a normal person anymore.
So I'm going to take that in, and what I'm going to say to her is, a soul and a half. It wasn't a soul for Korrin. It was a soul and a half. Because half of you is gone.
Wasn't worth it. Are you saying you would have rather Korrin slowly rot in that bed?
I don't think you care about her at all.
Then you don't think.
Coming from you.
I have made my whole life using my brain as you stab things with your little pokey knives.
And yet, no amount of books, no amount of knowledge has kept you from this.
Just because you are too weak to make the sacrifice yourself does not mean it wasn't a worthy sacrifice.
My ego is not tied as yours is.
Ego
Clearly
has
bound.
Nothing to do with it, darling.
I don't think we actually killed Zariel at all. And then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna follow Korrin.
All of you kind of split in sections right now, with Jaeger still with Kalista, Valkerie following behind to Korrin. And Korrin, you said you would be returning to the other room, yeah?
Yep, the place I came from with my stuff.
So then, Shin, you see Korrin walk back into the room.
Hey. You seem mad. Not gonna lie. You seem upset. You know, originally it was supposed to be 7 people they were gonna kill for you. We got it down to 1.
And that point of time when Korrin hears that, she breaks down and starts crying.
I knew that you wouldn't want this price paid. I wouldn't want it. There's no way around it.
There wasn't another way.
Not one that wouldn't kill thousands. Millions. We thought about going into the hells after you. But who knows how long we'd be gone doing that.
And as Shin says this, Korrin, as you stand near the windows, as the sun has fully risen, you can still see those 6 lights in the sky. So close to each other now. Barely indistinguishable from being in perfect alignment.
How long was I gone for? How long has it been?
Exactly. Exactly, Korrin.
Ooh.
Now you know the impossible choice. I was too weak to make it. And I assume you would have been too. We are warriors. We fight. We hit. These are decisions for those of greater minds. As much as I would want the world to be more simple. So I left it. Spent my time out in the wilderness. I'm so sorry, Korrin.
So many of them. I fought them all. I'm tired, Shin. I'm tired. Something's wrong with Kalista. I don't know. She's wearing the crown.
I fucking figured.
The crown is wearing her. You just hear that from the background.
As Valkerie steps through the door.
Thank you, Val. And I see Val going up my ceiling.
I am going to scurry up the ceiling and just kind of chill there.
Did you sleep like that?
I'm not entirely certain she sleeps.
Okay. All right.
The crown is wearing her. She's not what she once was. I believe if she keeps it on, she'll turn into her own version of Zariel. It wasn't like she was the most pleasant to begin with. She stole something the very beginning when I first met her.
That is enough, Val. We have enough infighting going on. Hell, I accidentally had a little bit of a tiff with Lorwryn like a few hours ago. We're never going to be able to defeat the 6 other lords of hell if we continue to distrust each other. For now, enemy of my enemy is my friend. Understand?
And just wait till we meet jealousy.
Exactly. So for now, we all have to work together. And if Kalista becomes another Zariel, we'll kill her just like we killed the other Zariel. Hopefully, we'll not get to that. Hear that? Kalista, it'd be real awesome.
Well, Kalista, I do
Where
see your
is
hand. I want to answer that question, but I also saw Kalista's hand. Is this happening right now in this scene?
I was going to walk in.
I don't see any reason
On them,
you
having
given
given them a couple minutes, knowing exactly where they are,
They
I
are
would have
your
had Jaeger
chambers.
follow me. And when Shin starts yelling that through the wall, she's gonna walk through the door. What was that about? Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You know what you signed on for. You're too
I
smart
do.
to not. So, you know if this ends poorly, what we have to do.
You can try.
And we will. And we'll probably die.
Yeah, You always make a pretty body. Where's the other wizard?
And
What the fuck is wrong with you?
great question from and a great moment to actually, before we jump over to Lorwryn, I do actually want to resolve that question because I think we haven't heard that much from Korrin this episode for obvious reasons, so I want to continue here. Once you compose yourselves from that question, yep, take your time. Pull it on back.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Korrin. Brought you back from the pits of fucking hell, and that's how you thank me? You fucking kidding me right now?
Person who brought me back ain't the person that I've watched die. That person I would think. But this ain't you.
I hate to break it to you, Korrin, but I am still Kalista. I still want to kill those little fucking devils sitting on their thrones. Fiends, whatever. I made a choice to bring you back. And I am not a fan of your ungrateful attitude. So, are you done? Or do I have to make you sit?
Bitch, I'd love to see you fucking try.
My God,
I'm
please.
gonna cast Hold Person on him.
I'm gonna pull out my sword that I've attuned to.
So, wait, you attuned to that?
I mean, how long does it take to attune to
Oh,
it?
there's
Is it
consequences.
like an
You have
hour?
to do that during. You can do that during a rest, but I was unaware that you had.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
you?
like, I was trying to attune to it. You can tell me if I did or not.
You absolutely can have done so. 100%.
Did you read it, Danny? Did you read the fine print?
Read it. It's not. Yes, I read it.
Did you read the user agreement?
Did you read it?
Are there any owls
This
nearby?
ain't an Apple product.
Are there any what?
Did you read it as
I said, are there any owls or plants nearby?
Well, I will say that the plants in this room are all dead.
Previously, or because I pulled out the sword?
No, they died when you first entered this room during
Okay,
the
but
initial
my
chat.
little birds. My little
Or
birds.
actually,
they're all dead.
no, it would be right now because you attuned to it while resting. And this is the first time you walked in here. So as
Did you kill my birds?
as Val walks in, and a few of the plants that you had cultivated in here died, just gone to brown as she stepped in. And as she draws the sword and steps forward in the situation, you hear a thump as your bird in its bird cage falls dead. You know this.
Immediate.
You know this blade. You have an absolute awareness of this blade, Kalista, and that is 100% a result of someone unworthy, would be the word that comes to your mind, bearing that blade.
She lets the spell drop that she was about to cast on Korrin and walks slowly to the birdcage, opening it and gently scooping the small finch-sized bird into her palm before turning to face the bearer of that blade. I think it's best you put that down.
I'm just trying to diffuse the situation.
Consider the situation diffused.
I will not raise it to her. I'm not
Right.
sheathing it, but I am like lowering it.
100%.
If that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Can we talk like adults? Please?
Yes, I actually will. I will second. I can't believe it's not Zariel. What? How is pulling a weapon diffusing a situation? When has it ever diffused a situation? What is it? What is wrong with all of you? Zariel's gone, and we're fighting more than we were before.
Please. Calm down, Shin. Anger really doesn't suit you.
The fuck?
I'm on your side.
I know. I
am arguing your side, and I'm somehow getting chastised.
She's not nice. You're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm making tea. You guys fight it out.
Shin just sits down and just grumbling to himself starts making tea.
I will say,
go and sit down.
I didn't realize the birds would die. That was unintentional. That's the first time for me. I just feel like I should say that.
That's my bad. Y'all.
That's on me.
Bad.
That one is entirely on me.
I'm sorry. I didn't read the end user license agreement.
Premature ejaculation.
For the first time, this never happens to me.
No,
Look,
never
I
happens.
I like you a lot.
Oh my God.
But as we see Shin just grumble and sit down, Kalista sit down along with him as he does, as you said. And
Yeah, Kalista will sit next to him and just gently, still be holding the bird just kind of close to her chest.
Val, do you join?
I will sheath, when I see them both sit down, I will sheath the sword as well.
Jaeger, Korrin, what do you do as these three take this temporary posture of peace?
I'm gonna stand because I've been laying down. Well, out here I've been laying down. I've been doing other things outside of that. Okay. First off, sorry for your bird. Not that it had anything to do with it, but just I'm sorry that your bird died. It looks like you don't care for it. Some modesty of kindness and other emotions that I've seen out of you, so that's a good thing. And that's not a backhanded compliment. It's nice to be able to see that from you. Second,
Thank you.
I am grateful that you brought me back. At the cost, not so much. But hearing that Jaeger said that Balthasar wanted to go, as a fellow warrior, I will honor that. But I'm more worried about what that crown is going to do to you. That's all. And where the hell did you get that sword from? Looking up at the ceiling.
Zariel.
I expected more out of that, but nope, just Zariel.
See, quick and precise and to the point. All right. Oh, Jesus. Where's Lorwryn?
And as Shin, would you be distributing and brewing tea?
Oh, 100%. He is just, but begrudgingly, just like, man, there's no point in the plan. We make the plan. Nobody listens to the plan. We just.
As you pass out tea, a drink that you have extolled the virtue that people can come together as strangers or enemies and leave as friends. As you redistribute this drink amongst your comrades around you. Lorwryn, where did you head after you departed Kalista's temporary residence?
He got her stuff, donned all of her armor and everything like that again, and then bamfed up to the roof.
Okay.
And is just sitting there overlooking a very still probably burning city.
There's still some smoke that rises. Fortunately, Windward is known for its intense storms, and in a blessing of good luck, it rained throughout the night. dampening a lot of the fires, but there's so much destruction. All the streets you can see are lined with some covered, a lot of uncovered bodies and injured, buildings that are entirely leveled, hundreds of them entirely leveled that you can see from up here in the second or third tallest tower in the entire city. Anything else you would be doing while you're sitting up here, Lorwryn?
He would like to cast Contact Other Plane.
Okay. Let me look up the exact wording on this because I genuinely can't tell you the last time I know someone who used it.
As she's doing that,
Consult the
and
text.
Consult the holy tomes.
the tea has been handed out. Kalista is kind of bored of waiting where the fuck she is, so she's going to cast Scry on Lorwryn.
Got it. We do need a check because I don't think you have any items or part of her person that would make this a lot easier. So,
No.
Scrying check. Lorwryn, could you please make a wisdom saving throw?
No, not in my house.
Yeah.
What do I cast? Or what do I roll?
You do not roll. Only Lorwryn. Okay.
Okay.
So with a...
The dice continue to fuck me tonight.
They tell stories. But he's just watching.
No, they fuck me. There's no. No. Don't give me that.
Apparently
Don't give me that storytelling DM bullshit. No, they goddamn fuck me tonight.
We'll see. Hey, we'll see what story they tell. They're cursed by the hells. But you are able to...
They're on a writer's strike.
They're on a writer's strike. Yeah, the dice are just like, fuck this. You...
Scabs!
Like, nah.
Work with me, dice. Fucking work with me here. I'm trying to tell a story. You manage to create a little sensor where you can see and hear just by Lorwryn. So you just see that she is currently seated atop what you very clearly recognize as the Tower of the Weaveminders. And
She's on my roof.
Lorwryn, for Contact Other Plane, could you please make a DC 15 intelligence save? Can I know who...
Okay, for a second there, I thought it was going to be a goddamn 3. And
I was going to give you advantage on it if that happened.
Yeah. Because holy fuck. With a plus 10, that ought to be able to
Right.
Jeez.
Come on, dice.
Did you pay your bill?
Damn it. Didn't pay my phone bill. So that is a huge success. Now, I think I know who you are trying to contact, but who are you trying to contact?
We're trying to phone a friend here, and could I get through to my beloved?
With that role, and with your history with her? Yes. The same limitations to the spell persist, are still here. The same limitations of generally one-word responses. But as you speak this, Kalista, because of the scrying, can you make me an Arcana check to see if you understand the spell? Because it only has verbal components. So to see if you wouldn't hear what is being said, you would simply know what spell is being cast.
22.
That beats a 15. So you recognize the words necessary to contact another plane. As someone who's done plane hopping, as you said, you're familiar. And Lorwryn, you feel a strange little sensation as if walking into a spider web. Just that faint little tickling along your skin. And you hear chittering in your mind. My daughter.
Mother. It's been too long.
Just a few judgmental clicks.
I'm aware, yes. Thank you. I will endure the pain if it allows me to help. It allows me to stay in the good graces. But I must know. Is there a way that I can help them?
I want to be clear before I respond and say that this is not going to count as one of the answers. This is a clarifying question. Help whom?
The ones I'm with. They know not what they deal with. But they fight valiant. And they remove pieces off the board for us. But I wish not to see them harmed.
Knowledge is irrelevant. Yes. You can help.
Is one question.
Must I sacrifice myself in the process?
Maybe. If it pleases your mother, you will. And not before.
I tried to see you today. I miss home. I miss my sisters. I miss you. Will I ever get to see you again?
Perhaps, my daughter. My love. Serve. Fight. And perhaps...
Two left.
This part she'll speak out loud.
Ooh.
And all she will say is, I will do as you wish, Mother. And then she'll close the connection.
Before you do, as you say, I'll do as you wish, Mother.
Yes. You will.
And as the camera pulls out just a little bit from you, Lorwryn, here on top of this huge tower, what is the expression that we, and perhaps Kalista, see on your face in that moment?
You want to go for Kalista first or me?
No, this is you. No, this is what Kalista might see on your face, Lorwryn. So...
She smiles and winks.
Do you wink towards where this watching eye is?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
I know you can't see through the scry. It's not like Lorwryn can see me, but she knows I'm there. Kalista has been looking into the teacup and using that as the lens while she watches Lorwryn. And as Lorwryn winks, she drops the spell slightly so it flickers and then ends before she takes a sip of her tea, her face unchanging during the entirety of her staring into a teacup.
And as we see all of you in the same tower, one on the roof, 5 in this room, with all of you back among the living, but with Highgale damaged beyond belief, scores dead, and those 6 stars crawling closer to each other in the sky. It's where we'll close for tonight, and we'll pick up with you all again together to figure out what is going to be happening next. Incredible job, y'all. What a session. Who says you need combat for tension? Jesus. Woo! That was...
We had combat, kind of.
Oh yeah, there was PvP for dang sure. There were some high-level spells flying today. Well, incredible session. Before we jump off, even though this is pre-recorded, which I forgot to say at the top of the stream, but it should be in the stream description, we are still going to be trying to raid, so please stick around for that. And I want to give everyone here an opportunity to let you all know where you can find them before we do. So, Cory, would you mind leading us off?
I am emotionally scarred from this session, and you can find me at Cory.
I think you're scarred now. You should have seen the 7 option.
You can find me at Cory J. Phillips on all social media, and I'm in Fire Force right now. You should watch it, and also I have a movie out. It's called Jurassic Games Extinction. So if you didn't like Jurassic Park World, the new one, then you could just watch mine.
Just watch this.
Just watch this.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
He fights a velociraptor with a flaming blade, for crying out loud.
For God's sakes!
Honestly,
what more advertising?
It's way better already.
Yeah.
When you're really high, okay? It's like the perfect movie to watch.
Oh, yeah. Just shoveling popcorn. Danny.
You can find me at Danielle Yoshiko on all social media. That's YOSHIKO. I'm also in the Jurassic Games Extinction, but I am not a raptor and I'm not on fire. But still fun.
Still a lot of fun. Still a lot of fun.
Still a lot of fun.
Mav.
Hi, everyone. I'm your favorite black guy on the internet here, and I'm playing a very black, very tired, very black gold dragonborn lady with just a bunch of fuck nuggets as friends. You can find me here on Digital Clubhouse TV, on Twitch, where I play a wide variety of wonderful video games, where I'm currently playing Life is Strange. We play Ready or Not with the boys, with the wonderful Mallow down here. And a lot of other cool action-adventure games and story-based choice games. And you can also find me here on Thousand Faces TTRPG, where I'm in like 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Goodbye.
Mellow.
You can find me everywhere at TheMalloMan. That's MALLOMAN, not with a W. Where we do a ton of different art projects and things like that. You can find out when I'm streaming with Mav and them on the weekends. And you can also find all the latest and greatest of all the projects that we're working on here. And you can catch up on a lot of stuff that we do for a game called Identico that I built. That is out there. We've got a couple more episodes releasing over the summer that we pre-recorded. So take a look at that.
Yeah. Matty.
Hi, I'm Matty from Mythor Cosplays, and currently I'm actually working on a Kalista cosplay. I have to make some changes, unfortunately, because baby, you should see me in a crown. You can find me on Instagram under Mythor Cosplays.
Now I'm just singing that song in my head.
Hey, mad about that too.
And Aaron.
I'm just here, guys, still between a rock and another hard place, and I'm just along for the ride.
And I am Ethan. You can find me and all of my stuff here on Go Buff Yourself and also on as the Buff DM pretty much anywhere. Thank you all so much for being here for this. We're going to be doing a little decompress, not right now, but eventually to talk about this first arc of the campaign. So look for that. It'll be a little short rest with this crew. So until we see you next time, friends, take care of yourselves. It's a tough time out there and this is a tough campaign. So do something good for yourselves. You deserve it. We appreciate you. And until we see you next time, go buff yourselves. Bye, y'all.